Okay, Christina here to listen to some music. And today's music selection is Silver Springs by Fleetwood Mac. So I am still getting to know Fleetwood Mac. This is just the second reaction on the channel. The first one was to The Chain, and that was to a live performance. This is also to a live performance. What I noticed in the last one was a lot of energy on stage. And so I sort of knew a little bit ahead of time, but I've since learned that there was a whole bunch of internal drama within the band, like different couples and breaking up and that sort of thing. But they managed to sort of stick things out a little bit and still present their music. And so maybe that even did add to their music a little bit, the drama behind it. But I'm not going to let that detract from the music itself. So we're here to experience it all. And with that, what else are we here for? I am a professional classically trained musician, instrumentalist, vocalist, composer, and professor. So we dive into all different aspects of the music, not just the drama, but the structure, the composition, sometimes the chords. I'll throw out some musical terms sometimes, do some demonstrations on the instruments. I learned something, you all learned something, and we have a good time. So also be sure to do all the things like and subscribe, Patreon, Coffee, Throne, channel memberships, all of that stuff. It all helps the channel grow. So enough delay. Let's listen. Okay, here we go. What are we in for this time?
You could be my silver spring, blue-green colors flashing. I would be your only dream. You're shining on an ocean crashing. And did you say she was pretty? And did you say that she loves you? Baby, I don't wanna know.
Okay, so I think this is a little bit dreamy, like a vision of some kind of beauty. She's talking about all the different colors and someone maybe being beautiful, or how someone maybe lives in your mind and your memory. Not sure yet. Again, I hear the music first and then tend to go to the lyrics, so I'm not quite catching on to it, but actually that sometimes says something, sometimes, to a piece of music that then the music is actually really speaking to me in that moment. Sometimes I can hear both, but this time I was getting really caught up in the dreaminess of the music. And then because it's a live performance, I am seeing their faces and their emotions as they're performing this. That's Stevie Nicks singing, and she seems dreamy herself. She's just very, very relaxed, and that makes me feel very, very relaxed. That's always a good feeling when you're in a performance and the performer on stage is so secure and doing such a good job that you feel relaxed as the listener. It's no fun when you're just like, oh no, they're about to lose it. And that happens sometimes. But with this, you can tell they are pros at this. They've been on stage for a while. So it says that this was a concert in 1997. And so I looked up the date for the song and it came out in 1976. So, a good 20, 21 years after that song was released, they're going to have a lot of experience performing this live by then. I'm loving this so far. I love all the little percussion sounds in the background. It's great. Let's continue on.
I begin not to love you. Turn around, see me running. I say I love
I'm liking that little chorus section, but I want to go back and hear that part again. But first, all right, I'm noticing that I think there's more maturity here on stage. So the live concert that I saw before was in the 80s. This is in the 90s. I saw the guitarist there looking at Stevie Nicks, and I think maybe they were together at one point. Did I imagine that there was a little glance there from him? Regardless, what they're doing up there is very magical. You can tell it's a very well-oiled machine. I'm still getting used to Stevie Nicks' voice. In this song, at least, I'm not hearing a lot of use of range, as in like a wide range of notes, like singing really low and then singing really, really high, all the high notes up high. I'm only hearing like within 5 notes. But there's something sort of grounding in just using those 5 notes, almost like plain chant, which is ancient Gregorian chant sung by monks, in monasteries. They kind of just stayed right around these few notes, right in the middle. Very melismatic notes, where one word is sung and held out over many notes. I don't know, there was just something really relaxing and grounding about it. So she doesn't necessarily need to be using a wide range of notes. Those 5 notes or so are really, really comforting. Her voice is very straightforward. She has a very tight, narrow vibrato, very quick vibrato. To me, I feel like that's very much self-developed, where, you wouldn't go to school for 4 years and earn a college degree in folk singing necessarily. It's sort of something that you develop on your own through life experiences, and that is so respectable. So no, it's not opera, but it's beautiful. And I am trained classically, so I do value the more well-trained voice in the classical sense, but she has her own training, and that is what I'm witnessing. And it's really, really lovely. Again, very grounding. So let's back it up again and hear this chorus, and I hope it goes back to her solo voice again, because like I said, it's really growing on me. I'm just able to recognize it more and more. When I first heard, like, okay, I know that's Stevie Nicks. Okay, yeah, I know her voice now. But let's hear this chorus. That was really cool. All the voices of the band together.
Time casts a spell on you, but you won't forget me. I know I could have loved you, but you would not let me. spring, my blue-green colors flashing.
Okay, definitely caught on to some things going on there on stage. Wow, eyes were locked. And there was enough repetition there in the music towards the end that I was able to sort of shift over to hearing the lyrics. So she was describing a pretty young lady and then talking about the sound of her, I guess, resonating in maybe her ex-boyfriend, ex-lover, whatever, in his head or in his heart, maybe after they've broken up. Am I guessing correctly? I'm going to check the lyrics because I got to know. You could be my silver spring, blue-green colors flashing. Your shining autumn ocean crashing. Ah, this is so poetic. I love this. And don't say that she's pretty. So maybe he was cheating on her? I don't know. Or is she looking back on him valuing their relationship? See, time casts a spell on you, but you won't forget me. I know I could have loved you, but you would not let me. So yeah, there was some rockiness there in the relationship. Or maybe there wasn't a relationship. Maybe it was a love that never happened. I don't know. I think she's writing about her relationship. Is she writing about this exact relationship? Is this like a breakup song? And she wrote it and she's singing it to him on stage and he has to sing with her. You'll never get away from the sound of a woman that loves you. Wow. So yeah, that is what they were singing when they had their eyes locked. Okay, well, I loved the dreaminess of this. It wasn't necessarily a good dream, though. It was sort of maybe reflection on memories. And she was so relaxed when she was singing this, but I think she needed to be. Otherwise, it could really come from the depths of her emotions and it would interrupt her performance. I think she had to sort of be stoic with it just because it would overwhelm her if she didn't. And then I can't help but say this, but he was up there. He was also sort of relaxed, but he had sweat dripping down. So I know as performers on stage, we tend to work hard and make it look like it's easy, but sometimes we do work up a sweat up there under the hot lights and everything on the stage, you know. But I can't help but just say she's standing there cool and calm and collected, and he's up there with, you know, eyes locked with her and sweating it out just a little bit. That's okay. Maybe that's kind of symbolism there, whether it was meant or not, you know. I don't necessarily think he's sweating on command, but this is deep. And I like how there is depth to the meaning of the song, but then the overall sound of the song is lighter, so we're not brought down so much. The intro of it was that's where I got the word dreamy from. It was so dreamy. I heard all of the little sparkly percussions and just the name, Silver Springs. Like, you're not sure what that means. Does it mean something more metallic? Does it mean sparkling water, like bubbling up with life? Does it mean the sparkling distance of our memories and how emotions can sort of wither in our hearts? I think it's all of the above. You could look at this song on a really surfacey level and not see much in there. But when you really look at it and really listen, there's so much more. And to me, that makes sometimes a really successful song, because when you want to really find something deep and meaningful in it, you can. But if you're not quite in the mood for that, not really up for it that day or in that moment, you can sit back and just listen to the beauty of the music itself. I really enjoyed how it was composed. So again, there was that little dreamy intro. In fact, I'd like to go back and just hear just a second of that. It was really, really lovely. The finger cymbals and all of the little ding-dings and, you know, really, really nice, simple chords in the piano there. Brum, the rolls, yeah. And this percussionist, he's so happy in his seat there. He loves his job.
You could be my silver spring.
So she's representing the woman here. Obviously, she probably is the woman here, is my guess. Again, she comes in with her simply stated voice and just that 5-note range, her minimal usage of that tight vibrato. There's just a simple beauty to it. So then the music is left to speak for itself. And so she comes in and is singing, establishing the woman's voice. But then when the chorus comes in, that represents more community, and almost like we all experience different heartbreaks and drama and love. I just really like how this is delivered. The guitar solo was also quite nice. To me, it was also very simplified, and that's not a bad thing. It needed to be, otherwise it would be out of balance. So he was really imitating her voice, and at one point I even saw her kind of looking over at him, and she did step back away from the microphone and sort of handed the baton to him. And so he really took over and was emulating that woman's voice, which I think also is very, very interesting. Is he having to put himself in her shoes in order to do that? Is he feeling some empathy there? So for those of you that know the backstory to all of this, feel free to divulge. I would love to know more, love to know if I'm really on the right track here. This is just really interesting. Okay, so that was Fleetwood Mac. Again, this is the second reaction to Fleetwood Mac on the channel. And I feel like every time I'm seeing them, I'm getting a really good look at their musicality, at the message that they bring forth. And I really like it. It's folky, it's a little bit bluesy, it's almost a little bit country, almost. And there's some romance to it, there's depth to it. But again, if you don't want that much depth, it's also enjoyable on a more surfacey level. Like, this song is pretty. And sometimes we need that too. So there's a little something in there for everybody, and I think it's really enjoyable. That's why they're a success. They know how to write music. The form of the piece is put together very, very well. It's so balanced. And then they present it so well on stage. You can tell this well-oiled machine here, they just really know what they're doing. So I can definitely see why they would have such a big following. I look forward to hearing more and learning more of the backstory. So again, if you know, put in the comments, let me know, what are the details? Okay, and as always, just remember that you don't have to be perfect, just be okay. And keep listening.